Enemy is a 2013 psychological thriller brought to us by Denis Villeneuve, who also directed Arrival. Enemy makes Arrival look pretty straightforward. The Enemy cast includes Jake Gyllenhaal, Melanie Laurent, and Sarah Gadon in the lead roles. The story sees two identical people running into each other and what this does to their personal lives. It's a good film, but will need you to think quite a bit once you've finished it. There are some fantastic explanatory pieces on the internet for the movie Enemy, in spite of which I've received a lot of requests for an explanation for this film. Please do feel free to put forward alternate theories in the comments section. Here's the plot analysis and the ending of the movie Enemy explained. Let's get one thing out of the way straight off. Adam and Anthony, both played by Jake, is physically the same person. Parts of the film actually happen, but the remaining happen inside Adam or Anthony's subconsciousness. Check the poster out. You see Jake's character with his mind painted with the imageries of the city. There is a thin blurry line that separates the real and subconsciousness. Much of the film's subjectivity emerges from that. The Enemy movie is about the struggle that Jake's character goes through, trying to keep together his relationships and other elements of his life. I know that last scene has given a few you sleepless nights. It sure as hell gave me. Who on earth would expect an unsuspecting scene to end with a giant spider inside the bedroom? But this is not the only time there is a spider in this film. There is that really large one that is roaming the city. There is the opening sequence in the sex club with a tarantula that is about to be stepped on. There is that woman who has a spider head. There is also the indicative webs of wires and the shatter pattern on the windshield. Anthony is unable to stay faithful to Helen. He continues with adultery. Helen becomes pregnant and she's now 6 months in. In my opinion, the sex club is only representative of Anthony cheating on his wife. In reality, Anthony is simply having another affair. Note when his wife asks him,
"Are you lying to me?"
Anthony is not quick to say no. He stammers. After this, his wife asks him,
"Are you seeing her?"
This scene shows us that Anthony is guilty of having an affair. However, Anthony is not sleeping around with Mary. The Mary we see throughout the Enemy movie is only a part of his subconsciousness. Mary represents the temptations and carnal relationship that Anthony is having with other women behind his wife's back. This is the reason why we are never really given an insight into who Mary is. Adam, the history teacher, is the actual job that Anthony actually holds. Anthony finds this extremely mundane and has associated this life with an alternate personality called Adam. Anthony sees himself as an interesting guy, and all the parts of himself he's not happy about and considers boring, he's passed it on to an alter ego by the name of Adam. This character gives a good insight into what's actually going on in the film. The Enemy movie starts with a voice message from the mother as follows.
Hello, darling. It's your mother. Thank you for showing me your new apartment. I'm worried about you. I mean, how can you live like that? Anyway, would you call me back? Let's get together again.
Later, Adam meets his mother and she tells him this.
You are my only son? I am your only mother. You have a respectable job. You have a nice apartment. And since we've been frank here, I think you should quit that fantasy of being a third-rate movie actor.
So why the difference in her opinions? Well, the first time could be many months ago. This could be at a time when Anthony was unsuccessful and was living in a small shoddy place. The second statement is much later when he's a teacher. At this point, he has not been acting for a long while and his mother doesn't approve of his acting career. His mother also goes on to say this.
You have enough trouble sticking with one woman, don't you?
This points to the difficulty her son has been having with his wife. She is referring to the problems he's having with his marriage. Adam drives up to the location Anthony has decided for the meet. He waits. Anthony shows up. They meet. While the hotel room might be real, the meeting is not physical. This is happening in Anthony's head. Anthony and Adam compare their looks, voice, and hands. Anthony asks Adam about a scar and understands that they both are identical. The Adam personality is spooked by its surfacing to reality. Adam gives the envelope to Anthony and leaves. The envelope from the talent agency. The reason I have been stressing Mary is not real is because of this accident. Anthony and Mary meet with this accident while Adam is safe at home. This shows that the accident is only inside the mind. Mary is only inside the mind. The news talks about an accident, but the radio is turned off before further information is heard. We can assume that this was a different real-life accident. Now for the scene that left me sleepless. Adam goes out calling to Helen into the room we see her going into.
Helen?
And what do we see? A gigantic spider instead. This giant spider represents Helen. Observe that the spider is scared as hell. Adam seems cool as a cucumber. Not the kind of face one would have seen his wife turn into a beast spider. Helen is the one who is spinning the biggest web of responsibilities for Adam. Hence she's a gigantic spider. Adam is seeing Helen as the covering spider. The fear represents Adam's knowledge of how he's destroying Helen. He's going back to the club and is going to enjoy watching the tarantula being squashed. This is indicative of squashing the commitment that is making him feel trapped, the wife and the baby. He acknowledges this with a straight face and goes back to his adulterous ways. As he says in his lectures earlier.
And then Karl Marx added, the first time it was a tragedy, the second time it was a farce.
Adam accepts that this is repeating and it is no tragedy. He is his own enemy.